Alright, so they definitely have live snakes here. This is cool.
Do you think it bites?
I definitely think it can bite. Welcome to another episode of Chopstick Travel. I'm Luke.
And I'm Sabrina.
And today we are in Hong Kong, known for its towering skyscrapers, bustling streets, and of course its delicious food. We are going to be here for the next few days taking you for the ultimate street food tour, none of that fancy stuff. So today we have a packed episode planned for you, and we're going to be starting the day with a very unique food that I've never tried before. So let's go. So our first stop is this place right behind me here. It's called Sheung Lam, and they're serving, as I mentioned, something very unique that I've never tried before, and that is snake soup. So this place is over 100 years old. Apparently they've got some live snakes in there, so I'm pretty excited to check this out. Alright, so they definitely have live snakes here. This is cool.
Do you think it bites?
I definitely think it can bite.
Oh wow.
This restaurant is already so cool. They have the boxes filled with the snakes just surrounding the restaurant. So the dining room is kind of filled with snakes. The owner, who is quite old, just picked up one of the snakes, as you saw, and we held it. So definitely a unique experience, and the food looks really good. So here we have their main dish, which is the snake soup. So you can see bits of snake meat. There's also looks like some wood ear fungus and maybe some mushrooms in there, and it's very thick. So they probably use some sort of a starch to thicken that up. And then over on the side here, we have just some fried chips. And then this is actually lemon leaves. So never tried this dish before. Very unique, and this restaurant, as I mentioned, is over 100 years old. Very friendly owners too. So let's try it out. I'm gonna make sure I get a nice big piece of snake meat for my first bite. So there you can see, look at that. It almost looks like halfway between fish and chicken. So let's try that. Definitely no gaminess, which I was sort of expecting because I've never eaten snake before, but it's very tender, almost like fish, like a white fish, just completely falls apart in your mouth. The flavor of the broth is very ginger heavy, but there is all kinds of other ingredients to contrast that snake, because the snake is so tender and soft. Some of these funguses and mushrooms in there are kind of crunchy. It's going for one more bite. Wow, that is not what I expected, people. I think it would be hard not to like this dish. Let's try one of these chips that we've got served on the side here. Yeah, pretty good. Let's try to put some of this lemon leaves in here, which he recommended. We'll just sprinkle those on top here. Sort of like a slight citrus flavor, and then almost a little bit minty too. Oh, this is really, really satisfying, and it's really good for your skin. And the owner also told us that it's good for your blood flow and just overall your health. And I don't doubt it, because the owner here, who is quite old, is definitely in good shape.
This restaurant is super cool. I love the atmosphere. I love being surrounded by these like old boxes, and you're not sure if there are snakes inside or not, but I'm pretty sure that there are
definitely
snakes
some of them
inside.
have snakes.
Yeah, because we actually saw one live, so I'm really excited to try this. Unfortunately, this is a winter dish, and it's not winter right now, but Luke talked this up, and it smells really good. Oh wow.
Snake is good.
You wouldn't even know that this is snake. It also just kind of tastes like chicken. Wow, I can't complain with this. This is delicious.
That was a very unique, incredible experience, and I'm pleasantly surprised at how delicious snake soup really can be. The owners here are really friendly, and such a historic shop right here in central Hong Kong Island. So Sabrina, what are your thoughts on snake?
I'm surprised how much I actually like snake. It was really tasty. It was kind of like hot and sour soup minus the sour part that you can get in Taiwan. It's really thick, full of flavor, super delicious.
And really cool to see the snakes alive.
The atmosphere is amazing, and to have that in central Hong Kong, that is a hidden gem.
So although that was delicious, it definitely wasn't very filling for breakfast. We just shared one bowl and that was 65 Hong Kong dollars. So a little bit pricey, but I think it was worth it to try once in a lifetime. And we're heading to the next restaurant, which is literally just across the street. So the next restaurant we are at is a very typical Hong Kong style cha chan tang, which is like a breakfast, but it's also an all-day restaurant. You can just come here and order comfort food. We ordered the triple egg on rice with roast pork underneath there, that Sha Shui, the famous Hong Kong roast pork, and these 3 beautiful egg yolks, which I'm going to break individually right now. Oh man, this is one of my favorite things to see when I'm sitting down at a restaurant is uncooked egg yolks. Oh man, yes. That is gonna be so good. So there's quite a bit of rice underneath here. I'm gonna try to get a little bit of the Sha Shui, definitely some egg yolk, and rice for my first bite. Wow, that is really, really good. I honestly thought it was going to taste really rich with all that creamy egg yolk, but it isn't. The rice is really fluffy and light underneath, and then the egg yolk completely soaks into it. And then that pork, that Sha Shui, is extremely, extremely tender. This is an absolute thing of beauty. Honestly, I could see myself at 2 a.m. after a couple drinks coming here and getting this.
So overall, really delicious meal, but the portion size are absolutely massive. I don't know if we're gonna be able to finish all of this, but we're definitely gonna try.
This is seriously comfort food at its finest, Hong Kong style fast food. We just ordered up classic Hong Kong ice lemon tea. I love how they serve it with the actual lemon wedges, so you can kind of shove them to the bottom and just release all of that lemon juice. Oh yeah, no sugar, goes perfectly with this. Check this meal out with all that soy sauce on top for a little bit of saltiness, and that egg yolk is just completely saturated everything.
What did you think of that?
Oh, that was really awesome. If you're not full after the snake soup, you can definitely come over to this restaurant, Masa, and order up a plate. We each ordered our own, and that was definitely too much, but super delicious. It kind of reminds me of steak and eggs.
Yeah, and the eggs are the best part, honestly.
So we're here on Hong Kong Island. I think we're gonna go check out one of the markets that's here.
We have come up the street from the restaurant to a place called Katz Street. This is a small antique market. We're gonna look around. This is a really cool spot to come and pick up souvenirs, so we're just gonna have a look around. Let's go.
So there isn't a whole lot going on here at Katz Street. It is definitely a pleasant place to walk around, but it seems like a lot of the stalls are closed, so I'm not sure if it opens up later at night or earlier in the morning, but you can definitely come and pick up some cool souvenirs here. So I think we're gonna take a little break, walk around the Central until we get hungry again, because there's another restaurant we wanna try. The streets here in Hong Kong are alive, just packed with people. It is seriously a sensory overload, but a really exciting place to walk around and lots of interesting things to see. So we are done exploring Hong Kong Island Central area. We are heading now to the Star Ferry to take it across Victoria Harbour to the Kowloon side, where we have something picked out we want to try for dessert. We are on the Star Ferry now, heading from Hong Kong Island to Kowloon, and this is one of my ultimate favorite things to do that is super cheap here in Hong Kong. You can use your Octopus card. The ride's only a few minutes long, but the views are really incredible over Victoria Harbour. And just like that, we are on the other side of Victoria Harbour, Kowloon. We are heading now to get some dessert. Unfortunately, the dessert restaurant we wanted to try earlier today was closed, but that's okay because one of the best times to come out and eat here in Hong Kong is at nighttime once the sun goes down and it's a little less hot. So the neon lights are on now. We are going to head to the dessert restaurant that we wanted to try out, and then we're going to check out the Temple Street night market, which is close to here. So let's go get some dessert. So we're sitting down at this restaurant now. It's been recommended by the Michelin Guide in 2017, 2018, and 2019. We've got their menu here, and they've got all kinds of interesting desserts. I think I'm gonna go with this one here, which is the black sesame paste with sweet almond soup.
Thank you.
Our sweet almond with sesame soup has arrived. We ordered it hot, but I guess you can also order it cold. And I'm just gonna stir this around. That looks absolutely beautiful. It looks really, really creamy, and you can see all that black sesame starting to soak into the white almond soup. I've never had anything quite like this before, but it smells incredible. Oh wow, I thought it was going to be a lot sweeter than it actually is. So it's not very sweet, but it is very creamy. A slight sesame flavor, but actually the almond flavor is stronger than the sesame. It's almost got like a slight fruitiness from that almond. Just look at the texture of this. It's like velvety, smooth, super, super silky. Oh man, that is a nice little treat.
So I've ordered myself something similar, but I don't have any sesame powder in mine. Mine is just the plain almond milk soup, and it's really white, it's really creamy, and it smells incredible. So I'm gonna give it a try. That is so good. It's really, really thick. Not too sweet, just that pure almond flavor. It's delicious. Well, it definitely wasn't cheap, but what did you think? That was pretty good, I think.
Pretty good, yeah. At about 24 Hong Kong dollars per bowl, depending on what you get. Yeah, it's a little bit expensive, but I think it was really good. The flavor is definitely really traditional, and no complaints with dessert before dinner for me.
Yeah, weird, but kind of like it. Maybe I'll start doing that more often.
So we are inside the Temple Street night market now. This is a shopping street, very narrow, but everything you could ever imagine, you can buy it here at Temple Street. A little bit touristy, and you're definitely open to bargaining the prices with the vendors. What do you think of Temple Street, Sabrina?
Temple Street is really cool. The shopping here is really incredible. We've been trying to pick up souvenirs before we go home, and now we come to this market and it's all here. We could have got it in one spot, but food smells really good here. The shopping's awesome. It's a little touristy, but we haven't been here in a long time, so I'm happy we came back to visit.
Will you get some dinner?
Yes.
So we are sitting down at the restaurant now. We are kind of walking around the Temple Street night market area. There's lots of restaurants specializing in seafood around this area, and although it is touristy, the seafood looks really fresh. So we sat down at this one restaurant called Tong Thai Seafood Restaurant. They specialize in seafood, but they serve all kinds of other dishes. So we ordered one, which is the steamed garlic scallops, Cantonese style, and then the sweet and sour chicken, and some beer. So we're ending the night on a good note. We're really excited to try the seafood. Our first dish has arrived, the classic sweet and sour chicken served with onions, pineapple, and looks like green bell peppers as well. Just a very typical classic dish that goes good with anything. So let's try this out. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, the portion size is a little bit small for how much it costs, but the flavor is really good. Just lightly fried and very sweet and covered in that sauce. I'm gonna go in for one more bite. Try to get some pineapple this time and some chicken. Oh yeah. There should be more pineapple in savory dishes around the world. It works so well. So our second dish has arrived. This is very classic, typical Cantonese style dish. Steamed garlic scallops with some vermicelli noodles underneath, a little bit of chili and a little bit of green onions. This is a local type of scallop. They also have another type, which is a Japanese version, but this looks pretty good. Only 4 scallops though, so hopefully they're good and meaty. I'm gonna have to kind of shovel it into my mouth here, but that's all right. Also, that is just pretty good. I'd say it's definitely not the best version I've ever had of this dish, but this is one of my favorite Cantonese dishes. The scallop itself feels like maybe a little bit overcooked because it's a little bit sort of rubbery, but the flavor of that garlic is really good, and all of those drippings have sort of caught down in the bottom of the shell, and then those rice vermicelli noodles just soak it all up. So it's a really good meal and really cool location right in the Temple Street night market. Sabrina's turn to try the scallops.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites, but I'm kind of disappointed in how many noodles are on this. I usually love a big pile of noodles, but there is a lot of garlic. There's a little chili on there, so it looks pretty delicious. Yeah, so Luke is right. The scallop itself is a little bit rubbery, but it's quite large, and they just pile on the garlic, so it doesn't even matter. It tastes absolutely amazing. Great night at Temple Street Night Market. That was delicious.
Yeah, awesome dessert before dinner and awesome dinner too. A little bit pricey, but I mean, the seafood was really fresh, so no complaints. It was pretty good. If you guys want to find some really authentic seafood, we're going to be doing another video later in this Hong Kong series, and potentially we'll be finding some better deals. So stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit the like button, and let us know down in the comment box what you thought was the most delicious looking thing we ate today. And we'll see you again from Hong Kong very soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.